All right, guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today, we're just gonna do a continuation of some questions that you guys had when we posted our first YouTube video. For you guys that don't know me, my name is Cruz. I help Alex out with graphic design, some of his website and tech stuff. We're over here trying out this podcast, and yeah, today we're just gonna film a quick YouTube video and ask him a continuation of the questions.
Why don't we get started on how I met you?
Oh, let's do that.
Let's go ahead and
how do you
give
know
you guys
me?
a little bit more breakdown of how I know Cruz. It's simple. I met him in college.
Yeah.
You know, we were boyfriend girlfriend. No, I'm just kidding. It's simple. We were in college. We were in the same frat.
Yeah, same fraternity. I think I think before that I met you through your cousin, or through Luna, which is not your
Luna?
cousin. I think Luna.
Yeah, I think all Mexicans are called cousins.
Yeah.
My cousin's my cousin, and they're all my cousins because we're from the same town in Mexico. So, I mean, yeah. So we met through Luna and then ended up being in the same fraternity. After that, obviously, everybody leaves college. Everybody goes their own way. At that time, what was I doing? I guess I just knew you were into graphic design. And eventually, when I needed help with something, I contacted you and you just pretty much started helping me. And since then, the website, you know, the design of the shirts, the sweaters, everything that gets done, you know, he does it for me. He's the one that came up with the whole YouTube idea. I'm camera shy, so not my thing. So he's the one that kind of convinced me. He's the one that shows up to my shop before his actual job and gets up here and kind of gets me going on trying to get something going for you guys to get to know me, to get to know my business, to get to know, you know, what we do and the things I love to do and stuff like that. So, you know, that's Cruz. Met him because of college, same fraternity. And after that, we all graduate and go our own ways. Actually, I didn't graduate.
I didn't graduate either, but
I didn't.
But here we are.
You know, go ahead and ask. There was only like 4 or 5 questions left that I thought were worth, you know, bringing back up or bringing up in general. And I think I have a lot to say on a few of them. So
yeah. So one of the questions. Obviously, I've been here for a few hours already. I saw you tune 2 cars when I got here at 4. How many cars do you tune a day? And how many do you tune a week? How about that as well?
Honestly, it originally just really depends on the type of car, the mods that are done to it, and if we have problems on the dyno or not. You know, we schedule 3 cars a day. There's 3 slots a day that people book online. We also schedule after hours and before hours tuning for an additional cost, which are taken for at least a week out. You know, today we're at 3, 4, 5. I'm at 5 cars today. We do between 3 and 7. It really just depends on what's done to the vehicle and how easy it is to get it on and off with no problems. You know, some of these cars come in with very basic bolt-ons, which, you know, we do on a regular basis. So it's very, very easy to just get them on there, do all the changes, dial them in, you know, an hour on the dyno and we're done, hour and a half and we're done. And then you get cars that are just a lot more complicated. They're set up for a lot more power and sometimes things aren't working. And one thing about me is that I won't just send you home. If it's something that I think we can figure out, we can get going, we can, you know, push our next tune a little bit further back, but get you dialed in, I will try to get you on the dyno, dialed in and finished up. You know, I have one on the dyno right now, which, you know, he's been here since about 3:30 and we were having complications with them. Lucky for us, he was our last one. My 5 o'clock, I actually put him in before and got that truck taken care of. But it just really depends. So we do 3 to 7 cars. Sometimes I won't schedule anything because I have to leave because we got something to do, because I'm taking a vacation or I'm going out of town. So it happens. It's rare. You know, I'm here Monday through Saturday. I try to take Sundays off, you know, but, you know, we've been here on Sundays also tuning sometimes. And it's just do it now while I can. You know, I have no kids.
So for a week, what's the most you think? Like 40? More than that?
No, I would say scheduled in a week are 18.
18. Wow.
Plus the after hours, which, you know, let's say we put just one extra one a day, and let's not say two. For 5 days, Saturdays, I won't tune six. I tune three max, 2, 3. I want to go home early. We all want to go home early. I'm at the shop till 10, 11, 12. There's been maybe 2 times in 5 years where I've seen the sun come up and I didn't leave the shop. So it's crazy. You know, we do a lot, and sometimes people appreciate us. Sometimes they don't, you know, but we try to give out the best customer service and do the best to get the car in here and out. We got cars that drive from, I mean, today we have a guy from TJ that's out here getting dialed in, and, you know, the meth kit wasn't working. The auxiliary pump wasn't turning on. We figured it out. We got it dialed in, and it's been 3 hours, 4 hours with that car, but we got it done, and it's good to go. So yeah, I would say 18 to 24 cars a week. Is what we try to get done. Obviously, there will be some weeks where I'll see that it's a full-blown 1,000 horsepower car, and that's not something you dial in 2 hours. You know, it'll take 5, 6, 7. Sometimes we ask those customers to meet us at the track and dial them in at the track. Sometimes we offer support at the track. It really just depends, you know, who the customer is and what's done to the vehicle, and if it really needs a lot of track support, or we know it's going to go. You know, if you're like me, you got a 1,000 horsepower car with a stock transmission, it's going to need some track support, because it's not something you just send out to the track and it's good to go. Yeah. But so yeah, we try to do as much as we can. If I don't get you in, it's because, I mean, come on, guys, I got to go home. It's 8 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock p.m. Cruz has to go to work. I've been here since like 9. I left my house like at 9. Been here since like 9:30. You know, I have to make a couple errands before the shop, so I don't get here till a little bit after. But, you know, we've been here all day. We all want to go home. And if I don't get you in, it's not because I don't want to. It's just I'm tired. You know, looking at the laptop 5, 6 hours a day. You know, it drives me crazy.
How many hours of sleep are you getting? Compared to when you first started to now, how is it?
You know what? The business went from when I first started, the business was chill, basic, you know, 5 cars outside. First year, you know, we came from a backyard, so it wasn't a lot of work. But as the years went by, I used to leave at 5. I thought that was what it was supposed to be, 9 to 5. But, you know, year 2 came by, work got better. Year 3 came by, we picked up a third bay. You know, year 4 came by, and it was like, holy smokes, like business was
we're busy,
pretty much blooming. And then this year I'm at 5 years complete, and then last year was just crazy. So I went from working my 9 to 5 that I thought was ideal to, is my car done? And I'm over here like, I'm trying, you know. I still have 2 cars that have been here for 2 weeks trying to get on the dyno, but I can't get them on because I'm leaving at 10 p.m. And I mean, I need some rest, you know. I want to go home and rest. I don't want to be here till 2, 3 in the morning. But depends. I mean, I get home at 11 o'clock at night. I'm asleep by 12. I wake up like at 7:38, but I lay in my bed because I don't want to come to work that early. And then so I get my good 7 hours, 8 hours of sleep. So I get my sleep, but I kind of live between sleeping and my job. Yeah. I got time for nothing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when your job is your hobby, I guess it's not,
I'm not
too bad. Yeah.
I mean, if I come any earlier or I stay any later, it's because I'm working on my own car, which I enjoy too, and I love working on that car. But yeah, so we get some sleep. I just don't get to go out with the friends at Friday night at 10 o'clock because my ass is at work. But I mean, we try. It's been a while. All right. We watched the Super Bowl, so that's good. Yep. On a Sunday, on my day off.
Do you have any stories or tune nightmares? The cars that, you know, have shit the bed or have really, you know, that you remember that, you know, something happened?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few cars out there. People always ask how many cars have blown up on the dyno. That's like, obviously, it's very common. People want to know how many you've blown up.
I'm guessing because they see those YouTube videos of shit happening. So
how many have we blown up on purpose? None. Trust me, I don't do it on purpose. But we do have the customers that tell us to send it. You don't tell me to send it because I will send it. So we've had a 5.3 on a 400 shot of nitrous that full blown just, the moment I hit the nitrous is the moment I knew that it was over. It was like, boom, rods, pistons, oil, smoke. It was pretty cool, actually. I mean, it was a junkyard 5.3 on a Camaro with a lot of nitrous. So that one just, it lived at 350 for the longest. And the moment we tapped the 400, wasn't happy. That was a fun car. Customer already knew it was going to happen. So it was just all laughs and jokes after that. That was a fun one. What else do we have? We've had a couple other ones take out rod bearings and stuff like that. But, you know, motors weren't built by us. Something was going wrong when it showed up. It started losing oil pressure. We decided to make another pool. You know, rod bearing went, you know, it was a full-blown install error. Something went wrong with that motor. That I've seen a hole on the side of the block of that one. Besides that, I don't think I remember of anything else just dripping oil or blowing up on the dyno. I mean, everybody drips oil. I've had cars show up to the shop, you know, they're ready. They built them, somebody else did them, and then it's like you make a pull and it's like oil all over the floor. So now if you spill oil on my floor, I'm charging you extra because I gotta pick it up. It's a mess. It's a disaster. And it got to the point where I can only be so nice. And after a while, it's just like, you're not picking up that oil. I am. I gotta clean up. You know, some shops have a cleanup fee, you know. Yeah. I don't. Well, now I do. But, you know, I mean,
it takes time. You know, it's effort of somebody doing the work and cleaning up. And I mean, the shop is not the cleanest, but
it's hard.
It's difficult when you're inside the dyno the whole fucking day.
Yeah, mostly when some of these cars I can't even open the door.
Yeah.
But so we've had that. As far as like scares on the dyno, I've had two, and one of them was my car. And I think I posted that video on Instagram where a strap let go. So the strap didn't fully let go. It kind of just undid itself, so the car just jumped forward, but it never came off the rollers. So it just scared when you're doing a 900 horsepower pull and you feel something let go and it's like, oh shit, yeah. Where am I going? Yeah. So smack the brakes, you know, slow down, shut off the car. Luckily nothing happened. And then besides that, I do have one more, and it was a turbo Silverado from Vegas, which some of you guys might know, some of you guys might not know. But it was a turbo Silverado from Vegas that I was just curious how it would feel to launch a truck on a trans brake off the dyno, and got it up to like 4,000, built some boost, let go of the brake, and it was like, it just went sideways on me. And it was like, what happened? And I mean, obviously I let go, turned it off, and that moment is when I was just like, okay, what happened? And I look outside, and then my workers are like, yeah, 3 out of the 4 straps snapped. And I was just like, but we got one on the truck. And they're like, yeah. I was like, all right, we're good. I mean, the truck shifted sideways and jumped off the rollers. Yeah. But, you know, it was a launch. It was a trans brake launch. So that there was no real wheel spin going on. It's not like I was going 140 miles an hour and they broke. It was more of a, when I let go and it engaged, it just snapped them and I let off the gas. So it kind of just parked itself on the side of the roller. Yeah. So I think that's been the other, you know, scary moment of that I've had on the dyno with a few cars. There might be more. They might have just not been as scary. Yeah. You know,
how'd you get it off the dyno?
It was still on the dyno. Oh, okay. It was sideways, okay, close to the side pole. Yeah, yeah. And I mean, we were able to just move it forward, let go of the straps, and pull it forward, and just that was a fine. I mean, I was done with the truck. I was just testing the trans brake. So when that happened, I was like, okay, we're done. Like, let's go on the street and test it on the street. So,
okay, and then last question. Copy paste, you know, so somebody asked, how'd you come up with it? But did you come up with it, or what? What's the deal with copy paste?
All right, so everybody that's trying to understand the whole copy paste, I don't copy paste. Obviously, I use it because, you know, 8-10 years ago. When did I start? 2012, I think I started tuning. You know, and people that see this, you know, might know people that used to say that about me. But so when I started the business, obviously you start on the street, you start street tuning, you start from somewhere. You know, did I take classes? I did go to a tuning class, but let me tell you, it's not what they tell you. It's not what it seems, you know. I took it 3 years into tuning. I didn't do it as a first class or a first let me learn how to tune to start making money. No, I did it after to try to figure out if my method was the proper method. But things they show you, it's not what they say, or it's not like that. Every car is different.
Yeah.
So it gets to the point where I did that. I actually I flew out, and not just me, actually, my cousin Junior.
To Texas, right?
No, I was in Arkansas.
Arkansas.
So I actually took a class, not a class. It was, this guy's actually pretty well known. His name is Ryan Stevens, which is not sure if he's tuning strictly for Guatney Performance, but I know he's working there. I believe he's the tuner, and they might have a new tuner. This was years ago. Me and my cousin took a trip out there, and he was nice enough to give me a rundown on what to do, what not to do, things to touch, things not to touch. Obviously, I didn't know what I was doing. It was just me trying to learn. So, big shout out to Ryan Stevens out there who gave me a hand. Took us over there for 2 days and showed me a couple things, and I came back, and obviously I still didn't tune for a living. It was more of I was working on my own truck at the time. I started learning by tuning my own truck. I wanted to learn because of my own truck. So I did that. I didn't buy HP tuners. I didn't buy EFI Live. My cousin bought EFI Live. At the time I was in college, no money in my pocket, no money in the bank account. He had a shop. He said, if I buy it, will you learn it? I say yes. He bought EFI Live, and I started playing with it, messing with it. And, it took a couple years to learn things and get to know. But as I was learning, and we're back to the copy paste, as I was learning, there was always another street tuner, which is still a street tuner, I believe. Don't know, haven't heard of him, haven't talked to him. But this person would tell customers that I would copy his tunes to load into my customers' tunes, and that's how the whole copy paste thing started. So, I let it go. I did my thing. I started tuning. I kept tuning. Eventually, fast forward 10 years, 5 years in business, I still say copy paste because to me, it's a joke now. It's all a joke. I don't copy paste. You can pull 2 tunes from 2 same trucks, and I guarantee you they're not the same. Why? Because that's why we put them on the dyno. Do I copy and paste like I was told by somebody else? I copy and paste my own tunes. Why? Because if I get 3 trucks with the same intake headers E85, for me to build the file from scratch and opening up every little tab on the HP tuners, it takes longer than if I put a compare file that I know works, and I know that it has everything changed, and I just do all the basic changes.
You make your adjustments.
And then when I'm on the dyno, I dial the truck in, the feel, the timing, everything to that truck. So, copy paste, and I can go on for days with this conversation. It's not a copy paste. It is a way of me just laughing at my previous life, or, my past of how people used to talk, make fun of me or try to take business from me by saying that I copied and paste, but that never happened. It's just people that said it, and now to me it's a joke. So you'll always see me hashtag copy paste. We don't get no records. We didn't set no 6th gen manual record or no 6th gen auto record, by copy pasting. Obviously, if it hasn't been done, who did I copy? So it's not that easy. But every car is different. Every car is custom. Just because it worked on one car does not mean it's going to work on another. It's always a learning curve. I'm not an expert. I'm not, I don't know it all. I'm always learning. Every car is completely different. So just because this car worked, that doesn't mean that car is going to work. So, I'm always, scratching my head because it happens, not everything's that easy. But
a lot of troubleshooting. Even just today, I'm not here at the shop all the time, but just the amount of troubleshooting that happens while he's on the dyno, it's a lot of time.
Yeah, I mean, I wish it was easy. There'd be more money in less time.
Yeah.
But obviously, we 4 hours with this car just because we had a couple wires that weren't connected properly, or a vacuum line that wasn't done properly. But we have enough experience where we know what to look for and how to fix it. So, but yeah, that's a little bit background on the copy and paste. And, for those who still believe in it or think that I do it, good for you. But, we know what we offer and we know what we do here at the shop. And trust me, it's not copy paste, but you'll always see that hashtag, from here forever, the rest of my life, copy paste. And we just added the race, copy paste race on the new sweaters, limited edition. They get here tomorrow and they're shipped out by Friday. So, everybody who ordered them, 100 limited edition sweaters. I believe we had like 1 or 2 left. You'll be getting them next week. So, thank you for purchasing the sweaters and stay posted for more content.
With that, about the sweaters, we will be giving away a couple of the sweaters. If you guys want to subscribe to the channel, give a like on the video and give a comment, then we'll choose 2 people to give out some sweaters to. And yeah, we'll have that ship those out this weekend as well. So look out for that. All right, guys, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Subscribe to the YouTube video. We'll have more content out this week. Yeah, that's pretty much it.